I think that Hillary Clinton will be a great president. I think that she has the experience, and that I think this is her time. We're not ready for warmongers yet. We're still in a phase here where perhaps we could, work on America, work on building brotherhood and so on. And I like Hillary's book. It takes a village to raise a child. I don't know why it hasn't become a bestseller, or probably I don't know why they don't teach it in school, or why it hasn't become a big philosophy in the country and in the world. Because this is how things used to happen in the past. Um, Parents were looking out for each other's children, and while a couple parents might be working, the others, took it upon themselves to ensure that these other kids whose parents are at work are doing children's thing, and looking out for them. Um, but again, we can't spank kids, and the whole 9 yards, and so things have changed a little bit. But still, the philosophy of we caring about each other. Sometimes I look at schools and I wonder why they don't encourage students to exchange numbers and to start a brotherhood. There are many classes you have kids that aren't normal, they have various disabilities and so on. They still are humans. I recall I was at a certain school, and this girl, she's looking funny as you're by herself, and she's like talking to herself and doing stuff. So I saw her another time and say, "Hi, do you have friends?" She said, "Yeah, I have friends," and she was so rude that I felt I shouldn't have talked to this girl, because the teacher was watching, and maybe she thought I was trying something with this child. But I was trying to say that, okay, if she has a difficulty with making and having friends, I could have gone and volunteered at school, go to her class, talk to her teacher, and ask her to leave and go do something, and tell the class, you see this young lady here, she doesn't have a friend. None of you have valued her and trying to talk to her. What about if very gradually, don't come on and kill her with love now. What about if gradually over time, each one of you talk to her and take her phone number, and call her up, and give her some kind of gossip, or find how she's doing and so forth. She calls you back, and nice call, thank you for the call, appreciate it so much, and make her life a lot easier, and continue this for life. Be friends for life. Stay in touch, because many of the shootings that happen in school are from kids who, for one reason or the other, either actual or they perceived they were isolated or ostracized or friendless or whatever. Maybe we could cut down on some of these shootings in school, and then if a friend is so disturbed that he probably might think of something like that, you could show him that, look, man, this is just a phase you're going through here. Tomorrow is going to be a new day. Everything's going to be different. Just don't worry about it. I mean, there are costs here. You're going to create all this grief, and then you're going to either kill yourself, or they're going to come in and shoot you, or you get life in prison. It's not worth it, bro. I mean, if we get down on that level and people help each other, I mean, perhaps a lot of the evil is going to be shut up too. Because why would a guy go and push drugs on his friends and his family, understanding, not realizing that this person's going to become a disabled person, this person is going to be a problem, this and that, and the whole 9 yards. So I think that philosophy alone tells me that she is the right fit for the country, because I mean, here on out, it seems so much hurt out here. And I recall I have an economic strategy that I was talking to some students about, and I said, when you have a job, wouldn't you like to know that your neighbors have a job too, and that everybody's working? Would you like to just be the only person working in that community? What's going to happen? Well, I told them they're going to steal your car, they're going to break into your house when you're not there. So if there's anything you could do to help everybody in the community to find a job, or if on my job they say, you know what, we can close up this business, we're not making any money, and if everybody could come together and say, well, you know what, or they're going to lay off half of the staff, and if we could come back and say, you know what about if all of us work less time, and so that they could have some time to work, or we cut back our salaries so that they could earn something. That brotherhood and that love, it could even spill out and cause the product to have some love stamped in it, and it goes into the marketplace and people just choosing it, and then things uptake. I mean, who knows? But nevertheless, it might say, oh man, I need all this money. I can't do that. My rent, lights, and all this stuff, I'm just barely making it. How can I say cut back some of my income or time so that this person doesn't have to go on, be quitting. All right. But then on the other hand, I might have some energy that may come from nowhere, and I might be lucky to get the next hustle that I could work maybe on Sundays or Saturdays or in the evenings for a couple more hours. But that other job is going to be a job of love, because you're doing that simply because you sacrifice on this job to help somebody earn some income and to stay, within the family that is at the job. So that's just one sociological philosophy that I think she has that is just dynamite. And then, of course, personally, she lived in the White House. She was the first lady. It's just that she could now become the president, and she was there already. She know the chagrin. She know what goes on. She has a first-hand experience of what the presidency require, and then she has worked closely with President Obama. She was the agent that goes around the world, and she has contacts with world leaders and the UN and so on. So I think that she is the person that I will vote if I were to vote for president. And I don't think she's going to disappoint us, because, I mean, even in her marriage, she's admirable. I mean, she could have done things that I've seen others have done, but she's a forgiving person, and, I mean, I'm just talking as I could see it from out here. I don't know, the personal stuff, but it seems as if she was able to forgive the husband, forget it, continue living, even if it's just a game out here. It still is important. I mean, we have the Edwards. I mean, she learned that whatever happened, and she decided, nope, it's over. She's dying from cancer, but yet she can't forgive the guy, and this and that and whatever. So I would say give her a try, and I don't think that we're gonna lose anything. I think she's gonna take us, maintain at least, or take us to Valhalla.